Hello students, today we will start with chapter number 3, security of e-commerce technology. The subject code is CMP 513. Okay, so what is e-security? We'll see the information security. Okay, any business, whether it is traditional brick and mortar business, a brick and click of business, pure play business, needs to be concerned about network security. That is, every business need to concern about the network security. The internet is a public network consisting of thousands of private computer networks connected together. So it is network of networks. This means that a private computer network system is exposed to potential threats from anywhere on the public network. Protection against these threats requires businesses to have stringent security measures in place. In the physical world, crimes often leave evidences like fingerprints, footprints, witnesses, video on security cameras, and so on. Online, a cybercrime also leaves physical, electronic evidence, but unless good security measures are taken, it may be difficult to trace the source of the cybercrimes. So, this is goal of security. It need to be confidential, integrity and availability. Integrity of the data sent and received, which when we send and receive the data on the network, it should be integrity of the data. Confidentiality of data so that it is not accessible to the others, and the data ought to be available to the people for whom it is meant for. Okay. The data sent from the source ought to reach its destination without an tampering, like interrupt the data and cut it off. Okay. So this is e-businesses must protect against the unknown. New methods of attacking networks and websites and new network security holes are being discovered with disturbing. So here is the normal form. This is the source and destination. This is interruption. Okay. Data is stopped at particular point. This is modification. The data is goes to third party and diverted to the destination from the third party. This is fabrication and this is interception. Okay. These are different methods of defense. Okay. So security on the internet. Network administrators have increasing concern about the security of their networks when they expose their organization's private data and networking infrastructure to the internet crackers. To provide the required level of protection, an organization needs a security to prevent unauthorized users from accessing resources on the private network and to protect against the unauthorized export of private information. So even if an organization is not connected to the internet, it may still want to establish an internal security policy to manage the user's access to certain portions of the network and protect sensitive or secret information. The fundamental problem may be that the internet was not designed to be very secure. That is, open access for the purposes of research was the prime consideration at that time. So internet was implemented. Okay, this is not very secure because of the it is open access for the research purpose. Okay, so this is not very secure internet. However, the phenomenal success of the internet combined the introduction of different types of users, including unethical users, and made more serious serious existing security deficiencies to the extent that wide open internet sites risk uninevitable break-ins and resultant damages. So there are factors like vulnerable TCP/IP services. Okay, these are not secure in the services. Ease of spying and spoofing. Internet traffic is encrypted. Okay, So this is readily available. The intruders can reverse or break the system. Lack of policy. Many sites are configured unintentionally for wide open internet access without regard for the potential for abuse from the internet. Complexity of configurations. Okay, there is complex to configure and monitor the system. It controls that accidentally misconfigure often result unauthorized access. So there are sites that ignore these problems face some significant risks that they will attack by intruders and that they may provide intruders with a staging ground for the attacks on the other networks. So the following section describes the problems on the internet and the factors that contribute to these problems. So how to secure is the server software. Security should be in place to prevent an unauthorized remote login to the system. How to secure how secure are communications, okay? Like credit card information or the sensitive data, it is secured or not, okay? How is the data protected once? So it is stored in encrypted text files or the websites. Okay, this is very important to know that it is encrypted or not. How are credit card transactions authenticated and authorized? These credit card transactions are whether it is authenticated and authorized. If then this is the secure system. Okay, so this is very important to know this all the security purposes for security purpose. Okay, so there are different security issues and like connection to the internet. Private computer networks are at risk from the potential threats from anywhere on the public internet networks. Unknown risk, customer privacy and security of customer information, security consciousness. These are different security issues. Okay. Network and website security risk. As part of planning a startup e-business security, management should become familiar with network and web server security risk terminology. Originally, hackers was term used to describe gifted software programmers. Today, hacker is a slang term used to refer to someone who deliberately gains unauthorized access to individual computers or computer networks. Okay, hacker which gains unauthorized access to the computer or networks. Ethical hackers use their skills to find the weaknesses in computer system and make them known without regard for personal gain. There are different malicious hackers, okay, different types of hackers. Denial of service attacks. A denial of service or DOS attack is an attack on a network that is designed to disable the network by flooding it with useless traffic or activity. Okay, it is a distributed denial of service attack, uses multiple computers to launch a DOS attack. Okay, this is denial of service attacks. Next, viruses. What is viruses? Viruses are the most common security risk faced by e-businesses today. A virus is a small program that inserts itself into other program files that they become infected, just as a virus in nature embeds itself in normal human cells. Okay. So this virus spread when an infected program is executed, and this further infects other programs. It delete the files, inability to create or the save files, thousands of possibilities like hang the computer or the system. Okay, this causes because of virus. What is worms? This is special type of virus that does not directly alter the program files. Instead, it worm replaces a document or an application with its own code and then uses that code to position itself. Worms are often not noticed until their uncontrolled replication consumes system resources and slow down or stops the system. It often not noticed until their uncontrolled replication. It slows down the computer or the system. Okay. How are sites hacked? Okay, distributed system based on the client server model have become common in recent months. Increase in the development and the use of distributor sniffers, scanner, and denial of service tools. Attacks using these tools can involve large number of sites simultaneously and focus to attack one or more victim host or the network. So in typical distributed attack system, the intruder controls a small num which in turn control a large number of daemons. These daemons can be used to launch the packet flooding or other attacks against the victims targeted by the intruders. So security incidents on the internet. As an evidence of the above, 3 problems have occurred within a short period of time. In the first, persistent vulnerabilities in the Unix send mail program were discovered. Sites which have not corrected their send mail program were focused to scramble to correct the program before their vulnerabilities were attacked. So however, due to the complexity of the SendMail program and networking software, in general, 3 subsequent versions of the SendMail were found to still contain significant vulnerabilities. Okay, this SendMail program is widely used. Second, a version of popular and free FTP server was found to contain a Trojan horse that permitted privileged access to the servers. And the third problem has the strongest implication, like intruders are broken into the potentially thousands of the systems throughout the internet, including gateways between the major networks, and install sniffer programs to monitor the network. Okay. So weak authentication. Security handling teams estimate that many incidents stem from the use of weak static passwords. Passwords on the internet can be cracked in a number of different ways. Okay, this should be according to the specified pattern, like you have to use the capital, small, special characters. Okay, this should be long enough, so it will be not cracked easily. So however, 2 most common methods are by cracking the encrypted form of the password and by monitoring the communication channels for the password packets. So ease of spying. It is important to note that when a user connects to her account on a remote host using Telnet or FTP, the user's password travels across the internet unencrypted or in the plain text. Okay, this first the password travels across the internet unencrypted or in the plain text. Thus another method from breaking into system is to monitor connections for P packets bearing a username and a password, and then using them on the system for normal login. Okay. Ease of spoofing. The IP address of the host is presumed to be valid and is therefore trusted by TCP and UDP services. A problem is that using IP source routing, an attacker's host can masquerade as a trusted host or a client. Briefly, IP source routing is an option that can be used to specify a direct route to a destination and return path back to the origin. Okay. So how vulnerable are the internet sites? Okay. The internet, while being a useful, vital network, is at the same time vulnerable to the attacks. Sites that are connected to the internet face significant risk in some form by intruders. The following are the factors which influence the level of risk, like number of systems connected to the site, services utilized by the site, interconnectivity of the site to the network. Okay. So these are the different factors which influence the level of the risk. This means the more number of the systems that are connected, obviously harder it is to control their security. Website defacement. Website defacement can be the result of the hacker breaking into the network, accessing the website files, modifying the HTML to physically change the web pages, okay? Which hackers in the network, this is website defacement. Not only do website defacement embarrass an e-business, but some website defacement can have serious financial repercussion. So these are some examples are given below. Credit card fraud and theft of the customer data. Almost all business to consumer, okay, B2C purchase transaction involve credit cards. An e-business that accepts credit card in e-payments for goods and services must secure the credit card information in transit to its website. It must secure stored credit card information. Also, system must be in place for credit card transaction authentications and credit card authorization. A hacker can break into database server and steal thousands of credit card numbers and other information in matter of moments. And e-business might not even recognize that the hacker was there. So the one example is given for credit card fraud, security and email. Emails users who desire confidentiality and sender authentication use encryption. Okay, the plain text or the something email which is encrypted. Encryption is simply intended to keep personal thoughts personal. There are two good programs to encrypt the emails. Okay, like Pretty Good Privacy PGP and PEMP. The email is typically encrypted for the reason that all network correspondence is open for eavesdropping. Internet email is obviously far less secure than the postal system where envelopes protect correspondence from casual snooping. Privacy Enhanced Mail Standards. This is PEM, is the Internet Privacy Enhanced Mail Standard designed, proposed, but not yet officially adopted by the Internet Activities Board to provide secure electronic mail over the internet. This is second, which is used for security and email program to encrypt the, that is PGP and PEMP. So this is about it. Network and website security. The best way to recognize when a hacker is attempting unauthorized network access is to monitor network performance. Okay, you have to monitor the network for performance to know the attempts of unauthorized access. So setting up logging, monitoring established network reference points called as benchmarks can alert an e-business to security problems. Okay. So there is firewall, which is software or hardware used to isolate and protect the private system on a network from the public networks. It provides easy to manage entry point to multiple system behind sets. Firewall controls the type of information that is allowed to pass from the public network to the private network, as well as what services inside the firewall are accessible from the outside. So it is about intrusion detection system. It defends the website against DOS attacks by adding more servers to increase the traffic the website can handle, using filters, routers to manage the traffic. Okay. Next is security audit and penetration testing. The security audit, it provides overall assessment of an e-business systems and security issues by checking for vulnerabilities in those systems and providing the recommendations for fixing that vulnerabilities. Individual PC security risk. Often managers in an e-business use standalone personal computer during the startup phase until funds are available to the build and operate a network, or until the e-business can outsource its IT operation. Additionally, some e-business offer their employee the opportunity to community, allowing an employee to use his or her own computer or installing a business own personal computer in the employee's home. Certainly, business employees often work on business files at home. Due to these factors, it is important for an e-business to understand that individual PCs are also at risk from the hackers. Okay, individual PCs are at the risk from the hackers. So, e-business risk management issues. E-business should manage its e-business risk as a business issue, not just as a technological issue. These are the different future revenue loss from e-business risk. These are the e-business risk. Effective risk management programs are like employee education, sound security, firewall, antivirus protection, network, and website security. So e-risk insurance, computer virus transmission, it covers the different protect against losses, extortion and rewards, unauthorized access, unauthorized use, media liability, patent infringement, computer server and services. Okay, the firewall concept. What is the firewall? We have seen the what is firewall. The internet firewall is a system or a group of system that enforces a security policy between an organization network and the internet. The firewall determines which inside services may be accessed from the outside, which outsiders are permitted access to the permitted inside services, and which outside services may be accessed by the insider. So this will allow the insider and outsider the access using the firewall. For a firewall to be effective, all traffics to and from the internet must pass through the firewall where it can be inspected. The firewall to and from internet, it inspect the traffic. The firewall must permit only authorized traffic to the pass, and the firewall itself must be immune to penetration. A firewall is an approach to security. A firewall system can be router or personal computer or host or collection of hosts set up specifically to shield a site or subnet from protocol services that can be abused from the host outside the subnet. So why firewalls? The general reasoning behind firewall usage is that without a firewall, a subnet system expose themselves to inherently insecure services. Okay, it will expose to insecure services, to probes and attacks from the host elsewhere on the network. Okay. Firewall approach provides numerous advantages to sites by helping to increase the overall host security. Protection of vulnerable services. Firewall can greatly improve network security, reduce the risk, and filtering insecure services. Okay. This firewall do the all the controls the risk. Control access to site system. A firewall also provides the ability to control access to the site system. Okay, here I explain the example. Concentrated security firewall can actually be less expensive for any organization in that all or most modified software and additional security software could be located on the firewall system. Enhanced privacy. Firewall provides enhanced privacy. Privacy is great concern to some sites since what would normally be considered innocuous information might actually contains clues that would be useful to attacker. Using firewall, some sites wish to block services such as finger domain DNS, that is domain name services. Firewall can also be used to block the DNS information about the site system. Thus, the names and IP address of the site system not be available to the internet host. So, need for usage statistics on the network. So it is important to collect statistics about the network usage and evidence of probing for a number of reasons. So primary importance is knowing whether the firewall is withstanding probes and attacks, determining whether the controls on the firewall are adequate or not. So policy enforcement. A network access policy can be enforced by the firewall, whereas without the firewall, such policy depends entirely on the cooperation of the users. These are the different primary contents of the firewall, like network policy, advanced authentication mechanism, packet filtering, application gateways. So this is described below, like network policy. There are two levels of network policy: directly influence the design, installation, and use of the firewall system. Service access policy, firewall design policy. Okay, these are the different components of the firewall. Packet filtering. So application, and why should a firewall contain? Once the decision is made to use a firewall technology to implement an organization security policy, the next step is to procure a firewall that provides the appropriate level of protection and is cost effective. So these are the different features and attributes the firewall should have. These are the benefits of internet firewall. Internet firewall manages access between the internet and the organization private networks. Without a firewall, each host system on the private network is exposed to attacks from other hosts on the internet. This means that the security of the private network would depend on the hardness of each host security features and would be only as secure as the weakest system. Internet firewall allows the network administrator to define a centralized choke point that keeps unauthorized users such as hackers, crackers, the protected network out of the protected networks, prohibits the potential vulnerable services from entering or leaving the protected network. It provides the protection from the various type of routing attacks. Okay, firewall, internet fire. So this is about all about internet for firewall, defining an enterprise-wide security framework. Traditionally, organizations have relied on the policies uh, to communicate high level of directives from the management. These documents, once issued, provide a top-down influence for everyone in the company, from business unit to department to individual employees. Okay, the major challenge for an organization in this area is to continue growth and adaptation of the policies. With the rapid development and push towards new technologies, organizations find themselves striving to maintain the environment with outdated policies. The first step is an enterprise-wide information system security policy that is consistently enforced even as a business need change. So this is people, policy, and technology model, where these three important thing in the model. So what is people? This core element is the most important. The people element compromises of people, various role and responsibilities within the organization. Policy, it compromises of security vision statement, security policy, standards, and control of documentation. Technology, it includes tool, method, mechanism in place to support the process. This is core element could be measured for effectiveness in the coverage. So the people, policy, and technology PPT model. People who install the firewall, train firewall administrator, install firewall technology. With the help of technology, you can install the firewall, and under policy, you can install the firewall, train firewall administrator, and write follow different standards. So understanding the security framework, key elements also referred as 4 pillars to information security: solid senior management commitments, overall security vision strategy, comprehensive training and awareness program, and solid information security system management. So these are the 4 pillars. Secure physical infrastructure is explained here. So security of the premises. So information security environment in India. Most Indian companies that are aiming to go global will require certifying their ability to maintain proper security. So NASSCOM have been proactive in pushing this cause and ensuring that it is benchmarked with the best across the globe. Security environment in India. This is about Indian companies have robust security practices compared to those followed by the Western company. So IT Act 2000 and most of the regarding this. These are the different initiatives by NASSCOMs. So we will see the different initiatives by NASSCOMs in next lecture. We will stop today. Thank you everyone.